you got to go do your thing, and it is like there's a thing out there for you to do, right? And you got to go figure that
Your
out.
personal legend.
Right.
Right? Isn't that what they talk about throughout the book? You have to find your personal legend.
They allude to it.
Phails at philosophy.
I saw that kind of language of personal legend seem much more present in the conversation around the book. I mean, it's there in the book.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if that's kind of how things developed over time, if that's what he intended and talked about it as. But what is your personal legend?
What is your personal legend? Sometimes I think
Like,
you got to go out there and there's two competing maybe ideas. One is that you're good at something. You have to go out and try a bunch of different things to figure out what you're good at. And maybe that's the, dig 100 5-foot holes.
right.
And there might be some treasure at the bottom of one of them. And this other one idea for me is that you're going to get good at whatever you practice over time with consistency, continuity, and, discipline.
Right.
And that's the 500-foot hole where there's gold at the bottom of that.
Yeah.
This guy's doing a bunch of different stuff.
Well, he is, although the legend is that legend about the wind at the end, right? To a certain extent.
His personal legend is the wind turning.
I don't know if that's like, I'm trying to think like what makes it a legend. A legend is the story gets told over and over again,
Right.
about you.
And it's kind of magical, or it's like,
And that's the moment where we have some discussion of kind of stories being told about him.
Yeah.
Like, and there's a level at which, so another thing I think about is that Santiago, he does become a force of nature, right? I mean, he becomes the wind.
He becomes,
But
literally, yeah.
But he also does this whole trajectory that transforms all these lives he touches, and it's about him, but he's constantly encountering people and shifting their trajectory, whether it's preventing the Oasis from being raided by the other tribes,
Right.
or helping the crystal merchant get his business together.
Right.
Like, he is a force of nature. He was already a force of nature. Like, there's a level at which, like, when you
As a shepherd.
yeah, he was taking care of like a lot of those.
He knew where the good grass was. He
Right.
knew when to move them. He could read the soil.
So he's already doing that. There's just a level at which he didn't recognize that. And he has to go through all of this to recognize it and embrace it on a deep level. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So yeah, maybe it is a book for younger people who just need that sense of like, hey, go do your thing. Or people who are just at that point in life.
Yeah. I am awareness, conscious, whatever. I taking all this stuff, my sensors, and then there's influence. There's like two things in the world. I'm influenced by whatever I take in, and then I guess there's this boundary where I either discern what to let in and what not to let in. Mm-hmm. I don't know, for some reason that comes up as I've been reading stuff, and maybe it's the last couple weeks or months, making it really simple.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like it's a positive influence.
Yeah.
Letting people know to, believe in themselves, to follow their dreams.
Yeah, to take that step, to go do the thing and know that, like, yeah, it's not a safe journey.
It's not a safe journey. We couldn't all do that. We need somebody to tend the farm. If we all followed our journeys, is this where we self-organize as a team, or where someone's got like a farming journey, a farming dream,
right?
And someone's got like I just want to be a banker dream, and someone's got I want to repair cars dream.
I mean, part of when going back to the 4 stages of life in Vedic thought, right? When I look at that and I look at it in the whole apparatus of all the other ways that Vedic thought organizes things, there's part of me that looks at it as like it's trying to compartmentalize these disruptive things that we have to do as humans. Like, we have to learn a lot of spiritual wisdom.
Right.
We got to go do the thing and create a compartment that is like, but the majority of your life, you're a householder, right? So the 4 stages in life, they create these spaces to do the spiritual journey. But what they really do is create a big space where your obligation is to not do the spiritual journey because you're a householder, because you're doing the thing. Although that is also part of the spirit. I mean, I think that
That's part of the spiritual journey too.
yeah, I mean, I think that's part of the idea there, is that that's a necessary and essential part. That's kind of in the background here. It's not, the narrative here is the student phase, I think. He goes back and lives his life in
He's a student.
Andalusia, right? And
Right.
and the implication is that he's sending off for Fatima so he can start his household,
Yeah.
right? He's moving,
And he could tell his tales of his adventure,
Right.
to his son or to Fatima or to his community.
So
now he's like,
it's not that like you have the farming journey and you've got the cool becoming the wind journey. It's more everybody's got some version of the becoming the wind journey as a foundation to doing the farming journey right.
Right.
To living it. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to walk around to see how life is other places to know how good you have it in your home.
Right. And I think we can try to organize that and say, well, that's what you do when you're young. But I don't think it's as simple as that, right?
No.
Some people aren't going to find that moment where they go an adventure
The glass maker, the
till
glass,
their
the glass
50s or
shop.
60s.
The
right?
glass shop guy never did.
And some people were just going to miss it because they're so focused on this, right?
Yeah.
Even though you're not doing it well. I mean, that's part of the crystal dude. Like that's part of his.
Yeah. He wasn't crystal
It's
selling very well.
Right. Like he's got an obligation to do this thing he's not doing well. Right.
He probably would benefit from that journey to Mecca, but he'll never do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It would give him the perspective that would allow him to really
Love the crystal job.
have the discernment and love, but also have the discernment to see what's important and what's not. That like, yeah, you got to move stuff to the front. Right. That gaining of practical wisdom.
Yeah. Some of us will hear the call and follow it. Some of us won't.